The extreme drought is also taking a toll on U.S. farmers. The punishing heat is withering crops and affecting animals. iReporter Jim Jorstad got a close look at how one farm in Wisconsin is trying to cope.
I came up with the idea of doing a segment on farming and how the droughts affected farms, at least in the Midwest, because we've seen photographs of the parched earth, the wilted crops, and I thought, do people know the personal side of farming? And so I made a connection with a farmer not too far from where I live, and he spent about a week with me on and off to explain what the drought has meant to the farm. There's so many aspects of the drought. First of all, if you don't have corn, you don't have feed for your cattle or your cows. And so on the back of your mind, you've got to be thinking, well, I've got to spend more money for additional feed. And in an organic farm, what they do is that they don't use pesticides or herbicides like many other farmers. And in organic farmers, they're not pushing product, as they say. So it's a little easier on the cows. However, during this drought, some of the temperatures in those barns can reach 120, 130 degrees, which would make any person uncomfortable, and that could be in the shade. So they use fans, use ventilation. They get the cows out as much as they can. And so it's really a story of the drought affects the crops. The drought affects the cattle and the cows themselves. And the last group it affects is certainly the farming family themselves. They really have to look at coming together. You know, you see, we drink milk, but do we really know where it comes from or what it takes to get to that point? I think what I've learned when I took the photographs, there's one photograph of the grandfather, Jim, and when you see his hand, it's very weathered. Arthritis has taken its toll. In fact, another photograph, he's missing a middle finger because of a farming accident. His hands really told the story. On the same token, there's young kids on the farm as part of the family. They are helping in any way they can to help the family come together and to survive, I guess, the perfect storm of drought, fuel, employment, all at the same time. When we go to our job, we don't always have the stresses of being with us every minute of every day. Many times we have a job, we go home, we try to forget about it. When you're a farmer, that job is always there. And I think the story for the world is that we see our milk, we see our cattle, but we never see how it gets to our glasses or to our plates and what it took to get there. And it takes a lot of dedication, but it takes a lot of perseverance and dealing with uncertainty.
A really remarkable bit of reporting. Thanks, Jim, for taking the time to show us the human side of the story.